Okay, I want to comment on a YouTube group called the Paranormal Paranormies. I'm going to include this in the title so I get it right. I may not be pronouncing that quite right, but I'm getting in very late on the scene here because this group had apparently been active on YouTube like 2005 or something like that. And they, after I make a handful of videos, they just completely disappeared. Now there's some speculation on what happened to them. But like I said, no, I just watched a YouTube video on this group yesterday. So like I said, I'm getting in very, very late on the scene. Now, some of the guesswork is that maybe this group had accidentally witnessed, criminal organization, or some criminal organization thought that they had video on some of their activities or something and just killed them all to prevent the video from getting out there. That's one guess. Now, when I first watched the video, images of Blair Witch come up. Now, I'm going to get to that in a second, but now there's a thought that maybe they encountered demons strong enough to kill them all. Now, I'm thinking, there's tons and tons of paranormal people here on YouTube and other platforms on TV and stuff. Now, if there was any entity capable of actually murdering somebody, I think you'd hear about it more often. But I don't know. Maybe they just there's a theory that maybe they fell through a dimension. Just went into another. Went through a portal into another dimension. Now, if someone knows of a dimension that I could safely go through it, maybe get some video from another dimension, show how things are different, and then bring it back to this dimension. That would really be interesting. But I don't know if I believe that people do fall through dimensions, but people do disappear. So it makes you kind of wonder on that. But now there's theories that maybe this is a publicity stunt for some movie or video on YouTube here or something. And because let me get to Blair Witch. Because that's what come to mind. Well, they probably had found a camera that was part of this group, and it had some video on there, and that's kind of what reminded me of Blair Witch. But when I watched the Blair Witch movie, I was kind of getting into it. But they found this house in the middle of nowhere. Now this house, there was no power lines running through this house, but in this house there was falling from the ceiling. There was BX cable. Now, only an electrician is going to pick up on this. If you're not into this, you're not going to pick up. But there was now BX cable is a form of electrical wiring. It was popular maybe from the 1930s and 1950s. This house, because they come out and said exactly where this house was. When they admitted to the whole thing was just all made up. But now you wouldn't have wire in a house that didn't have any electricity running to it. That's what got me. At that point, I said, "Yeah, this is all fake. This is not real." That kind of all blew it for me when I saw all that BX cable hanging from the ceiling. Now, like I said, it's only going to be a handful of people that understand what I'm talking about, but I'm just saying images of Blair Witch, come to mind when I heard this video talking about what happened to this group. But it's out here on YouTube if you want to watch it, and I certainly find it interesting. And if one of the group from this. Now, there are interviews, but I'm thinking these are probably from 2005. I don't think there's any fresh videos from this group, but I could be wrong on it because I really haven't done my research on this. If one of the group wants to reach out to me, if one of this group wants to do a collab video with me, if you're here in the Valley of the Sun, the Phoenix metro area, or if you plan to visit this area, hey, let me know. Comment here or send me an email, repairmanjamesgodman@yahoo.com, and I'd love to do a collab video. Male or female? Okay. Bye-bye. Preferably female and interesting, but that's not necessary. Okay. Love y'all. Bye-bye.